Good morning, everyone. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Today, we're going to talk about two really amazing developments in Tableau that are coming out with our latest release, 2019.1. And I'm going to start today by showing you Ask Data, which is our new natural language capability. It will allow anyone in your organization to ask questions of published data sources right away and very easily. Ask Data is going to open up the world of data analysis to millions of new people. And I'm really excited about it because we've built something that is smart and different and the beginning of a great new round of innovation that we're doing on behalf of all of you. Now, as many of you may know, we first announced Ask Data at TC, our annual conference. Some of my favorite Tableau memories have taken place at TC, from Iron Viz to Devs on Stage to the amazing presentation by all of our customers. And I've heard from many of you that you feel the same way. So I want to encourage all of you to attend conference, to engage with other members of the Tableau community, to take advantage of the incredible learning opportunities there, and to be some of the first to experience our newest innovations. And with that, we have a special giveaway this morning. We're going to give one lucky Tableau customer a free ticket to TC19 in Las Vegas. Check out our recent blog post about this broadcast, which has all the details. Use hashtag DataFamSweepstakes on Twitter and Facebook to be entered into this giveaway, so get on social media right now. So even if you already have your ticket, we want to hear from all of you. Send us your reactions and your questions as you're watching the broadcast this morning. Join the conversation using hashtag DataFam. All right, let's get started. I've got two people from our dev team here today that are going to share a few of the latest additions to our analytics platform, which are all designed to make seeing, understanding, and trusting data faster and easier than ever before. Now, way back when I started at Tableau in 2004, a big challenge that we faced was convincing people that data-driven decisions were the way to go, and that it wasn't just for an elite, centralized group of people. Database decisions belonged in the hands of the business users or anyone trying to make really good database decisions. And that's where data and analytics would give businesses immense power. Well, today, we aren't struggling to convince people of this anymore. Every company wants to be data-driven now, which is an amazing sea change. But today, our issues are more things like, how can we make it even easier for non-data people to quickly get answers from their data? How can you be sure you can access all of the different data sources that you run your business on? Can you get analytics into the applications and devices that your people are using every day? And how can you ensure that your analyses are built on trustworthy data? We want you to focus on what you can do with what you learn from your data, rather than just wondering if it's correct in the first place. So we hear you. Issues like these are getting between you and your ability to do more with your data. So we've stuffed our latest release, 2019.1, with 19 new features and one brand new offering. And with this release, it's easier than ever to get your analyses into the right environments with things like export to PowerPoint with a single click and new mobile experiences. It'll be easier than ever to get the data that you need with a brand new connector to Google Ads and new cloud file connectors as well. And there's a whole bunch of other great capabilities that advance Tableau's world-class data analysis platform. So you want to know more? Check out the URL on your screen right now to learn more about all these great 2019.1 features. So there's way too much for me to cover in just this short broadcast today. So this morning, I'm going to focus on two really great advancements that are at the heart of some of those challenges that I just talked about. We'll talk about Ask Data and Tableau Prep Conductor. So let's start with Ask Data, an entirely new way to ask questions of your published Tableau data sources. Ask Data is important because I hear constantly from our customers that so many of their employees aren't using data to drive decisions. And this isn't just a story. A survey of Fortune 1000 leaders showed that the majority are struggling in their efforts to create a data-driven culture, even though nearly all of them are trying to move in that very same direction. And it's also no surprise that a recent analyst survey shows more than 87% of respondents rank low in their data and analytics maturity. Think about that. 2/3 of people who want to create a data-driven culture are failing at it. And most have immature approaches to data and analytics. It is such a huge opportunity to change this. So enter Ask Data, which opens the door to easier, more natural data interactions. We wanted people from all skill levels to be able to approach their data and get answers from it. Just type in your question in everyday language, and Ask Data will return a rich data visualization with your answer. Have a follow-up question? Same thing. Type in your question and see your results. We've created something that's natural enough for people of all skill levels to use, and smart enough that it feels like a partner in helping you understand your data. Let's take a look at it. I think you're really going to like this. So I'm here this morning with Ruhab Marcus, a senior product manager from our Ask Data team. Ruhab, welcome this morning.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you for joining us. Are you ready to show us what's so great about Ask Data?
I sure am, Andrew. Ask Data is so easy to use that anyone, and I mean anyone, can harness the power of data.
Awesome.
Let's take a look.
OK.
Ask Data works on all your published data sources, like this one. It's about sports.
OK.
We have information on players, where they're from, and even their salary. Getting started is as simple as typing a question like how many players. And we can see that there are 2,000 players in this data source.
Wow, OK. That was easy.
I can even ask about their average experience. What is the average experience? And it looks like it's about 5.4 years.
OK.
Let's learn about the average salary by simply typing in average salary. Looks like it's about 2.8 million.
That's pretty nice.
Must be really nice.
So you just did some rapid fire, like simple fact-based answers questions. Can you do something that drills in a little bit deeper as well?
We sure can, Andrew. You notice that I was quickly able to iterate through some simple questions.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really powerful things happening to make this happen.
OK.
Our semantic models take statistical knowledge of the data source and combines it with contextual knowledge of real-world concepts so that it makes interactions with my data, well, more natural.
Awesome.
Let's take another look. Let's ask Data to show who has the highest salary. And you'll notice that Ask Data automatically chooses the right visualization type and even sorts my data based on the context of my question.
And that's important because you asked for the highest salaries by players.
Exactly. And looks like I have all 2,000 players in this response. So let's shrink that down and limit it to the top 10. Immediately, I can see that result reflected in my visualization.
Cool.
And I can even add additional comparisons to this question by looking at the average experience for all of these players. If I want to see which sports they play, I can break this down by sports. But notice I actually don't have the term sports in my data. But there's a field called league. And by hovering over that, you'll see in our new tooltips that we even profile some of the most common values of that field.
Oh, that's a really great new capability.
People love this capability.
Yeah.
I can use this to also add synonyms, such as sports. We'll hit save, and that synonym is there for immediate use. So let's break this down by sports. And you can see that of these top 10 players, 80% of them are in Major League Baseball. I also want to break this down by country. So we'll just type in country. And you can see with just a couple of quick follow-ups, we've arrived at a fairly complex bit of analysis.
Yeah, the thing I like about this is that you're really showing off the power of integrating Ask Data with like the flexible visualization and analytics system that Tableau has already.
Ask Data is completely integrated into the platform, and we'll look at that more specifically in just a minute.
Great.
We've got another example for you. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's explore some of the salary information in this data source. So we will ask Data to show the salaries for each sport. Notice that this question is actually a little underspecified. I talk about salaries, but what do I mean? Do I mean the highest salary? Do I mean the average salary? Ask Data suggests an aggregation for that field, the sum of salary.
Okay.
But I actually want to look at the average salary. So it helped me learn that my question was underspecified. So I will add an aggregation for average to the term salaries, and we'll look at that result. And I can see this distribution of average salaries for all the sports.
Looks like you clearly want to be in the NBA.
Maybe in another life, that would have been a good option for
Maybe,
me, Andrew.
yeah.
And so now that I have this visualization, I can do a bunch of different things with it. I can change the visualization directly using natural language by simply typing tree map.
Nice.
Or I can even use the drop-down directly in the UI to control the visualizations. So
A lot of flexibility moving back and forth.
There's a ton of flexibility.
Yeah.
And we'll only ever show viable options in this drop-down, which is why you don't see something like a scatter plot, because there's categorical data here.
So we built in all that great smart defaults of Tableau in here as well.
And with the goal of making the experience simple for the user.
Awesome.
So we see that NBA is sort of a lucrative profession. Let's look at the teams within the NBA. We can ask data to show the average salary by team in the NBA. Notice I didn't specify that NBA is specifically a value in the term or field league. We can simply express value information, and ask data will go and find that across all of the index values in my data source.
Great.
And again, we see a default sorted bar chart for this visualization. If I only care about a few select teams, let's say the Rockets or the Heat, we can simply add those terms in, the Rockets, Heat, and filter our data down. And just like I did earlier, I can change my filters directly by clicking into the term and adding additional teams like the Mavericks, the Bulls, or even the Celtics to my analysis. Hit accept, and there you have it.
Love it. Now I noticed you've been super careful with your typing. You know, I tend to type at 1,000,000 miles an hour and I make a lot of mistakes. Like, does Ask Data sort of help with that?
Ask Data sure does. It's our favorite non-feature, and it tends to save me during demos, but let's give it a shot.
Okay.
I will ask for the average experience by salary to explore whether there's a correlation between how much experience a player has and how much money they make.
Nice.
Again, you can see that misspelling there, and we're able to recover from that pretty easily.
Awesome.
There you can see, I actually meant to say average salary by experience. So that misspelling totally misspelled other things. And so there you can see the average salary by experience.
Right.
And as I would have imagined, there's a direct correlation between those two attributes. And after 6 years, there seems to be a love and hate relationship between salary and experience. But let's break this down by sport.
Okay.
I'll simply append the term sports, which is our synonym for league.
Right.
And we can see this broken down by sports. I notice an outlier here in Major League Baseball. Let's just go ahead and exclude that.
To come back to that one later, maybe.
Yeah, we'll store that offline. And now I have sport level information across all the years of experience in my data.
Fantastic.
And if I only care about, let's say, the first 10 years, I can filter this down by simply asking Ask Data to filter this between 0 and 10 years. And there you have it. And just with any Tableau visualization, I can save this down into a workbook and leverage the full depth of the platform. So I will save my workbook. And now I can leverage the entire platform. I can set data-driven alerts. I can share and subscribe others to this information. Or I can even open this up in web authoring and see how the visualization was constructed in drag and drop.
That's awesome.
Just another great way to use Ask Data if you're brand new to the Tableau platform.
So Ask Data is really integrated with all the other Tableau experiences, which is amazing. So it's not like this other experience off to the side.
That's exactly correct, Andrew. And Ask Data is available now in the latest release of Tableau 2019.1. We really believe that it will help lower the barrier to analytics to empower anyone the ability to see and understand their data. I can't wait for you to try it out.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ruhab, for joining us this morning and taking us through Ask Data. That's some amazing stuff.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you. So Ask Data is integrated into Tableau Server and works with any published data source. So we've been using Ask Data internally and getting a lot of great engagement on it. Actually, I heard a story today about the sales team using it to walk through some of their internal metrics, which is amazing. And I personally have enjoyed just using it to see how fast and easy it was to get started with some data and really sort of dig in deep with that data. So these are just our first steps here. There's a lot more to come, and I can't wait to see how we're going to open up question answering to more and more people. So super exciting. Now, if you're ready to dive in and start playing with Ask Data yourself, go to tableau.com/askdata to find out how to upgrade to the latest Tableau server. Or if you're on Tableau Online already, you can get started right now, or later since you'll want to hear the rest of the broadcast. Now let's go to our London office where we have Saskia Van Daal talking with 3 of our community members. Saskia, take it away.
Hi, I'm Saskia here in Tableau's London office, and I'm joined today by Andy Kriebel and Eva Murray. They're Tableau Zen Masters and also known as the Makeover Monday duo. Thanks for joining us. Eva, in your career, you've done a lot around educating people about analytics. How have you seen people overcome the challenge of being intimidated by data?
I think what people realize is that data is everywhere. They need to know it for their job. I think also technology has helped a lot to make it easier to access data and information. We can ask a simple question, type it into search engines, and get an answer from that. It used to be a lot more difficult. You used to be a lot smarter with your search terms to get the right results. Tools like Ask Data or solutions like that make it a lot easier. A lot of the times people come to us and say, I want to know what this result is. And they actually come with one specific question. How much did we sell today? And if I can just type that in, it's going to be so much easier to get my work done.
When you think back to the Tableau you saw back then to now, what stands out to you?
What stands out to me the most is how quickly the product has evolved and how things that were quite difficult before are now just part of the product. So
that there is so much more than you first see. When we first start with a data set, you might just throw a couple of fields on the view and you see a bar chart or a line chart, but there's so much more hidden in there. And while we can sit there and tinker and turn things around, it's easier when you have different perspectives. People who approach a data set differently, who come from a different background, maybe from a financial background or from more of a business background or maybe from an education one. And also the culture. I see that people from different regions across the world, they tackle things differently, and how they describe what they found and how they bring it to life then in a dashboard or a single viz that shows through color, through emotion, their wording, their layout and storytelling, what they really have as a message. So having all those different perspectives then gives the entire community such a broader scope across the data set.
Why do you think it's important that Ask Data starts with the question and not the chart type?
I think it's very important that Ask Data starts with a question because analysis starts with questions. You don't just jump into a data set. So let's say, for example, you're working with a stakeholder. That stakeholder has questions that they want answered. So when you begin your analytical process, you should start with a series of questions. I like to encourage people to create several tabs before they even start looking at the data and label them with, make the titles questions. Where, who, what, when, those sorts of things. And that'll help guide their analysis. And Ask Data works a very similar way. If you just ask a question, it'll give you the answer. So something like, how have my sales changed since last week? Or is our profit going up or down? Questions like that are very normal questions, and the more you can make those like natural language, the easier it'll be people to get the answers to their questions.
Great, thank you for that. And as always, it's been a pleasure to talk to you both. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to welcome Ravi Mistry from the Information Lab, who's also a Tableau ambassador. Thank you for joining us, Ravi.
No worries.
So you ran a beta at the Information Lab for Ask Data. Do you have any tips for people that are brand new to Ask Data?
Yeah, absolutely. So I had really good fun playing around with Ask Data. We had it set up internally by our CTO, Craig Bloodworth. And going in and playing with data sources is really good fun because it's a different experience completely. You've got your measures dimensions, which looks familiar, but instead of the canvas, you've got something to type in. One of my favorite features is that you can hover over the measures and dimensions and get a flavor of what the fields are. One of the things I'd remind any users that are getting started with it is to make sure your pop-up blockers disabled, as it does open in a new tab.
Great tips there. And of course, you're a consultant at the Information Lab. Are you starting to think of some use cases where Ask Data could come in handy?
Absolutely. I think that Ask Data is one of these things that it's not for, the everyday analyst who's adept at dragging and dropping and sort of doing the Tableau shuffle on the fly. It's more aimed at someone that just wants to ask a specific question or just start to explore and get a feel of the data itself. And that's where Tableau is becoming a lot more accessible. An example I can immediately think of is one of my customers I worked with a couple of years ago. We created a solution using an ETL tool which created the banner ads on emails. What they were looking at was the database they created. They wanted that their call center agents to actually be able to query that. Now, they didn't want to give them the entire data set, all of the rows and columns to query, the keys to the castle, as it were. But giving them something like Ask Data would mean they can quickly ask and answer those questions with a bit of training, of course, to understand how to use it. And that really helped that front end, just to get that quick, instant idea of, who are our best loyalty members? Is this person part of the loyalty scheme? When did they last fly? Getting that sort of quick information on the fly while on the call to a customer.
So we keep talking about how Ask Data is going to meet people who have the questions of the data where they are in their analytics journey. Mm-hmm. Why is that so important?
It's really important because it's all about those barriers to entry, right? So we always talk about Tableau in terms of this great tool that anyone can pick up and use, but more and more you're seeing that there's people that either feel like they don't have the time to do it or they don't feel like they have the skills to do it. What Ask Data allows you to do is it starts lowering that barrier even further. It makes it even more accessible, and I think we're seeing that with a lot of the other Tableau features as well. So I'm thinking like the export to PowerPoint feature and the data schema. It allows you to it just makes it that much easier and moves that needle just that much closer to everyone enterprise being able to use something like Tableau.
This has been great, and thank you so much for joining us today, Rafi.
Absolutely my pleasure.
And we would love to hear what our data fab thinks as well. So go check out Ask Data and let us know what you think. Just tweet us and use the DataFam hashtag. And now back to you, Andrew.
Thank you, Saskia. That was really awesome. I love hearing about how the community is using Tableau. And I absolutely loved hearing Ravi say that Ask Data will help customers access and explore their data even more than they can today. Fantastic. It's exactly what we were going for. Now, the ability to help more people get answers from their data with a fast, easy solution like Ask Data is huge. But it does rely on having trustworthy, governed data to start with. Now, that's not always so easy. Data volumes keep growing at phenomenal speeds, and the data itself is becoming more and more complex. And keeping up with this is a legitimate challenge for anyone. Now, I talk to so many IT leaders who are finding it a challenge to deliver an environment that effectively supports a self-service analytics culture, the very culture they want to build. Now, in so many places, data preparation and getting data ready for analysis is still the province of specialists. So you're dealing with the same kinds of backlogs and delays that we were fighting back in the early days before self-service analytics really took hold. So that's why we introduced Tableau Prep last year, to put the power of data prep in the hands of individual users. We wanted to eliminate the divide between the people who have the questions and the data that they need to analyze and answer those questions. And of course, it's not just individuals that want to do this. Enterprises are also eager to take advantage of the speed and empowerment that you can get from self-service data prep, but they wonder how to do it at scale. So today, I'm very happy to say that we have this new Tableau Prep Conductor add-on to let you schedule and manage self-service data preparation at scale. So let's take a look at that. So now I'm joined by Yusuf Shokri, a product manager from our data prep team, and he's going to take us through Tableau Prep Conductor. Yusuf, how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's very exciting to be here.
Great. Thank you for joining us. I'm super excited to see what the team has built now.
Yeah, let's take a look.
OK.
So we released Tableau Prep in April last year.
Right.
And it's been great seeing so many people loving it. So far, we've launched 10 new releases of Tableau Prep and over 40 new features.
40 new features in 1 year.
It's been a great year.
Wow,
and I can
great
tell
job.
you, the team is not slowing down anytime soon.
Good to hear.
Users have helped us shape this product. And the number one ask has been consistently the ability to schedule and automate flows.
OK.
So here today, with the 2019.1 launch, we're very excited to announce a brand new addition to Tableau Server, Tableau Prep Conductor.
Fantastic.
Which is part of the new data management add-on.
OK.
Let's take a look. Here is Tableau Prep that you're familiar with. And right off the bat, you'll notice that now it has a new name, Tableau Prep Builder.
Great new name.
Here is a flow that I built that collects online ratings and reviews that come in daily. As you're familiar, Tableau Prep Builder is visual. It shows me multiple coordinated views of my data. I can see in my data preparation process, I can see my entire flow in the flow pane. I can see profiles of each of my columns. And I can see the familiar data grid at the bottom. And I can choose which of those views to use based on the task at hand. It's direct. I can just reach out and touch the data directly to clean it. It also integrates with Tableau. So at any step of my flow, I can choose to see my work in Tableau Desktop.
Great.
Or I can choose to export any of my outputs as a published data source to Tableau Server or Tableau Online. But let me show you the best integration that we have with Tableau so far that we're here to talk about.
Let's see it.
As new data comes in daily, I want to make sure I'm always using the latest data. So now I have an option to publish my flow to the Tableau server I'm connected to. So let's do that. I pick which project I want to publish this flow to, and let's publish our flow. And now my flow is published.
So that was the whole flow, not just the data.
This is the entire flow
Okay.
published to Tableau server. This is 2019.1 with data management add-on that include Tableau Prep Conductor.
Wow.
As you can see, Tableau Prep Conductor is visual, just like Tableau Prep Builder. I can see a snapshot of my entire flow, so I'm always sure I'm using the right flow. I can see all my output steps. And I can choose to run this flow immediately by using the run option. I can run a single output, or I can run all outputs with just one click. But what I really want to do is to schedule this flow to run on a daily basis.
Of course.
So I click to create a new task. I pick the daily schedule. And I choose to include all my outputs as part of this daily job. And let's create the task. Now, I know that my flow will reliably run every day, and I will be notified if something goes wrong.
So that's great, but I mean, you know that typical IT data systems tend to be a lot messier than that. And I might not be able to depend upon the data that I want to run the flow on being ready at 3 o'clock. So what if my data is just not predictable about when it's going to be ready?
Absolutely, that makes perfect sense. In a lot of cases, you might not be able to predict when to schedule your flow to run. Perhaps it uses some back-end operation that needs to finish first.
Right.
In this case, you can use our REST API, which allows you to run this flow at any time you want.
Great.
So between the user interface and the REST API, we give you the flexibility to manage your workflow in the best way possible. I can see all my connections and edit them right from the flow page. And I can see all my scheduled tasks that are associated with this flow. Here is the one that I just created. We're doing something else important. We want to allow you to monitor how your flows are performing. So besides sending you an email notification when something goes wrong, I can come here and see that's a brand new flow. So here is an existing flow that has been running for a while.
Right.
I can see information about every single run that this flow had with details about the duration of those runs and the number of rows generated. I can search, I can filter, so I can find exactly what I'm looking for. Tableau Prep Conductor is fully integrated with Tableau.
Okay.
So I can manage my flows alongside my data sources, my views, my workbooks. And I can also use the same permissions and authentication that Tableau Server uses today.
Great. Now, if I'm an admin, is there any great stuff in there for me for an admin?
That's a great question.
Okay.
So we have not forgotten about our admins.
Great.
Their priority is to govern their server and make sure they gain insight into every operation that's running on it. So for those, we have created a brand new admin view that gives you this holistic view of all the flows that are running on the server. So I can filter by the flow owner, by the duration, by success or failure, and I can find exactly what I'm looking for.
Great.
We're just started with this journey, so stay tuned for a lot more to come make data preparation easy, smart, and approachable to everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, Youssef,
Thank you, Andrew.
for joining me this morning. I love what you showed. You showed sort of a great interface for the people who are running flows. You showed some self-service stuff for the administrator and a set of APIs to boot. So can't wait to see what's next from this team.
It's exciting.
Thanks so much. So Tableau Prep Conductor is an add-on to Tableau Server and part of our newly launched data management bundle. Check out tableau.com/data management to learn more. I'm so proud of the innovation that's in this release. Tableau Prep Conductor will be the new engine that you can use to get cleaned, trusted data always available in your organization. And we'll do that with the same Tableau ease of use that you've come to know and love from the rest of the product line. And Ask Data will bring the ability to ask and answer data-driven questions to more and more people across your organization. Now put those together with all of the other great capabilities in 2019.1, and the end-to-end analytics journey is now easier than ever. So I encourage everyone to head over to tableau.com/askdata and start asking questions of their data. We've got a few great data sets up there ready for you to dive into, so please go check it out. Now, I've got some time for a few questions this morning, but before I get to them, I want to send out a special thank you to all of the Tableau user groups who are watching from all over the world. You are joining us from Memphis and Raleigh, Edmonton and Toronto, and many more spots around the globe. We can't wait to hear what you all think about Ask Data, Prep Conductor, and the rest of 2019.1. Let us know on social media using #DataFam. Now, we've got some questions that I'll be answering in the next couple of minutes. So let's see what you all are wondering about. All right, so I'll start with some questions about Ask Data. First question is, what's next for Ask Data? Do you see future versions being able to respond to voice? So that's a great question. So as Ruhab said this morning, we're only getting started with Ask Data, and we've got a lot of great stuff coming. We are very much interested in conversations, trying to make the interaction with Ask Data even more natural, try to make it seem like you're talking to this agent that's helping you understand your data. So watch for those kinds of capabilities coming as well. We're also working to make it smarter all the time so that you can speak even more naturally. There was a question in there about voice. Voice is interesting. The mobile platform is an obvious place for us to integrate voice capability, but we know that browsers have voice capability built in as well, so that's also a possibility for us in the future. Lots of great stuff. All right, another Ask Data question. Can I publish my viz from Ask Data? Actually, Ruhab showed that in his demo this morning. From any time you've got a viz that you liked, all you have to do is hit save. It turns into a published workbook on the server. And that means it participates just like any other workbook does, which means I can share it with other people, I can set permissions on it, I can subscribe to it. All those great things that you can do with your content on Tableau today, you can do with content that you generate with Ask Data. All right, let's do another Ask Data question. It says, why is Ask Data on Tableau Server instead of Tableau Desktop? So that's also a great question. A lot of the magic that's behind Ask Data requires us to collect a little bit more information about that data source and remember it so that we can use it really, really quickly in that really fast user interface that you saw today. And then a natural place for us to do that is on Tableau Server, where we have published data sources and we can store some of that information that we want to remember about things. That's where we're starting. There will be more entry points in the future, but that's where we're starting today. All right, last question on Ask Data for now says, can I drag and drop fields in Ask Data? So right now, we are very much focused on the natural language interface as we're working with Ask Data. You can see that today we have a combination of modalities. We've got a sort of natural language modality where I'm typing in questions or portions of questions. And there's also a bit of a direct manipulation interface where I can go and I can change interpretations. We haven't added drag and drop to that. Certainly possible in the future, but what we're focused on right now is exploring this new modality of text and natural language to interact with your data. OK, let's move on to a few Prep Conductor questions. First one, how will Tableau Prep Conductor help teams? Fantastic, amazing question. So Tableau Prep Conductor is going to help teams because we have moved on to the self-service world, which means not all of your data is being produced by central teams anymore. That data is being produced across your organization. Tableau Prep Conductor is going to help those teams produce data that is constantly up to date with the flows that they have built in Tableau Prep Conductor. I think it's really going to enable what those teams are trying to do. All right, another Prep Conductor question. Who in my company should be scheduling flows? Another great question. Again, we're in the era of self-service. I would say that anybody who is producing data for someone else and they want that data to be up to date all the time, those are the people that should be scheduling flows. You know, we've got a lot of capabilities in there to let the IT teams and the sort of server management teams manage these capabilities, but the core capabilities themselves are to support this self-service community that's springing up around all of your organizations. OK, so another question. Let's see. When you type a question in Ask Data, does it query all of your data sources or just one data source? So today, what we shipped in 2019.1 it is tied to a single data source. So you'll go to a data source, a published data source in Tableau Server, and you'll ask questions of that data source. Now, since we were talking before about the kinds of things that we're going to do in the future with Ask Data, we certainly want to open it up in the future so that I can ask a question and have that go across multiple data sources to get the most likely answer. Watch this space for more great stuff. Let's see. Next question, how is Tableau increasing data literacy for people who are entering data careers post-college, especially for those with liberal arts degrees? The data literacy question is a really, really deep question. Tableau has a lot of partnerships out there with educational institutions and other people that are offering courses to try and increase data literacy. We are trying to get out there and teach and help these people with this as well. You'll see us also integrate some capabilities in the product to help with data literacy. You saw one today with Ask Data where we're starting to show information about the data before you start using it so that you know that you're using it appropriately. This is a long-term thing that we're going to be doing, long-term investment that we're making to try and help people improve their data literacy, try and become the data workers of the future. Okay, so last question. How up-to-date is the data in Ask Data, and how do you manage that? So this is a great question. We query against published data sources. We collect some of the metadata from the fields out there on a periodic basis. So that's something that we're trying to take care of for you. Certainly if you've got extracts, we're going to try and keep that up to date with the extracts. The point is that we're going to try and do a lot of this work behind the scenes for you so that you can focus on asking questions of your data. Well, thank you all for your questions. That's all the time that I have right now on the broadcast for them, but I have some great news for you. And that is that we have members of our dev team on hand to answer more of your questions on everything from Ask Data and Tableau Prep Conductor to other 2019.1 features like Export to PowerPoint and Vector Maps. So keep sending in your questions on Twitter and Facebook using that hashtag. And go take Ask Data for a spin. Find out for yourself how smart and easy it can be to ask questions of your data. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.